yes, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord.
Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. His first carry of the game. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's Geis. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 18-yard line.
What? 280. 56, right there, 56. And let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Mike's 56. Hey, we got to get this stop. Alert. Watch. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Cut.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
What? 280. 56. Check 56. So don't say nothing.
Penny, a first down carry, and an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Carson. Now Carson has the football.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
380. Right there, 56. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Hey. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful when the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Here's Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Redskins take over at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. Here's Geis. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On third and 1, it's Haskins. Out to the left here to Reed. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on third and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run with Geis. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready. Go to base. You get block me. You get block me. You get
On first down, here's Love. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From midfield now, Haskins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 more yards there and another first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. It doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
the 34-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Where? 51's the mic. 51's the mic. 51's Mike.
Now it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
14, buddy. Mike 51.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. Push him back. 56 the mic, boys. 56. Front left. Watch. Good touch.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The Redskins 24-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check. 56.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the lock.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 56 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well. Showed it right there.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
280. 56. I got one.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
56. No chance. He's checking. Crash.
Another try for Penny. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ed Dixon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Rashad Penny. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch one. I'll go special.
Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Alert. 56.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 15-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Push left.
They run it with Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the Redskins' 15-yard line.
Mike 51. Hey, me and you all day. All day.
40.
51. Oh, try. 51 for Mike.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and very short, Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Haskins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Haskins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Haskins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Anthony Brown. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Washington.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Geis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.